Though the history of Kashmir is rife with betrayal, manipulation, state terrorism, and horrific stories of human rights violations by Indian rulers. But August 5, 2019 is the darkest day in the history of Kashmir. On this unfortunate day, the Modi-led fascist Hindutva regime scrapped Article 370 and 35A of the Indian Constitution, and divided the state of Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories. India has no right to take any unilateral decision on Kashmir, because Kashmir is an internationally recognized disputed territory between India and Pakistan. In United Nations, the state of India promised a free and impartial plebiscite in Jammu and Kashmir, but that promise proved to be a betrayal and time-gaining tactic. Indian leaders, following the policy of fraud and deceit of their predecessors, once again betrayed and robbed Kashmiris by scrapping constitutional guarantees of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiris living on both sides of the line of control and the world do not accept this unilateral and unlawful act of Modi government and observe this day as Yam-e-Istisar, the day of exploitation. India is a rogue state which shows no respect for the international bodies like UN, and in utter disregard of the aspirations of the people of Kashmir, it has tried to alter the status of the disputed territory unilaterally. The verdict of the Indian Supreme Court of upholding abrogation of Article 370 is testimony to the fact that Indian judiciary is also acting as a facilitator of the Hindutva regime.
The Indian Supreme Court's endorsement of India's illegal and unilateral actions of 2019 neglects the disputed nature of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. The Indian Supreme Court has absolutely no jurisdiction over Jammu and Kashmir, which is an internationally recognized disputed territory.
Fearing a strong reaction by the people of Kashmir on this unconstitutional and undemocratic act, the Modi government deployed more troops in the Valley of Kashmir, which was already the most militarized zone of the world. Imposed curfew and all the means of communication, telephone, mobile phone, and internet were suspended. Since August 5, 2019, 8 million people are living in complete siege and no one is immune from the Indian brutalities. More than 1 million Indian soldiers are busy in grave human rights violations, crackdowns, curfews, unauthorized sieges, detentions, house fires, torture, forced disappearances, targeted killings, massacres, and fake encounters. Since January 1989 till to date, more than 96,000 Kashmiris have been martyred. About 7,400 Kashmiris killed in custody. More than 171,600 civilian arrested. About 110,600 houses and shops have been arsoned and destroyed. About 108,000 children have been orphaned. More than 22,900 women widowed. And more than 11,264 molested. This is the price that Kashmiris have paid for their freedom. Modi and his associates think that they can quell the love for freedom from the hearts of the Kashmiri people, but the more they are brutalized, more they resist. The political, constitutional and geographic status of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir was not only broken, but ruined against the wishes of the people of Jammu and Kashmir by fascist Indian rulers.
What we are looking at is perhaps the worst case, the worst apathy of an occupation force which has taken away the right of the people of Kashmir, while the international community waits and sees for a global massacre to happen, where the identity of the Kashmiri people today and for tomorrow, as the generations will come, will stand a big question mark with regards to international humanity, international values, and the right of people to life.
Now the international community has a moral obligation to condemn the escalating aggressive and inhumane actions of India in Kashmir, to safeguard and liberate the oppressed Kashmiris.